Suspected herdsman attack in Benue. Labour Party demands Joe Ajaro's arrest over party secretariat protests. Restaurant operators in Gombe decry low patronage due to Ramadan fast. Another foreign scene, 42 killed as rival communities clash in Chad. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Wafo. Thanks for joining us. An unidentified number of people are feared killed in Umobi community of Apa local government area of Benue State following a coordinated attack on the community by suspected herdsmen. The attack, it was guarded, started on Wednesday and did not stop till the early hours of Thursday. A community leader, Eric Amodu, said there has been a threat of attack on the community for over a week before the violent attack started on Wednesday night. When contacted on the renewed killings in the local government area, the police spokesperson, Sewese Anene, said the Commissioner of Police in the state, Emmanuel Additional, visited Apa last week to ensure adequate troops deployment, but admitted that her office was yet to get information on the latest attack. Many rural communities have become unsafe for farmers and villagers alike in the last couple of years due to persistent herdsmen attack. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) have arrested one Kayode Cole for threatening to kill the chairman of the commission, Ola Olukoyede. Cole, according to EFCC spokesman Dele Oyewale, was arrested at the Lugbe axis of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The suspect made the death threat through his Instagram page handle, 1 billion secrets in quote. While commenting on a story posted by popular Instagram blogger Instablog Niger on February 1, 2024. Instablog Niger had posted a story with the caption, "A religious sect is laundering money for terrorists. We traced 7 billion naira fraud proceeds to another religious group." EFCC chairman is quoted to have said that. Reacting on the comment section of Instablog Niger, Cole stated that the EFCC chairman will be dead in 6 months. His response read, quote, "He will be dead in 6 months. This man will be dead in 6 months. Remember, I said it." End of quote. During interrogation, the suspect claimed that he was just chasing clout. The Anti-Graft Commission said Cole will be handed over to the appropriate authority for further investigation and prosecution. Over in Kaduna, the state governor, Senator Obasani, has called upon traditional rulers in the state to take a more active role in addressing the security challenges by promptly providing information to security agencies. Now, the governor made this plea during a meeting with stakeholders from 7 local government areas primarily affected by security. Bella Musa tells us more.
Over the last 6 months, the Kaduna State government has been organizing security meetings involving stakeholders from local government areas severely affected by insecurity. The recent meeting, which included traditional leaders, elected members of the State Assembly and chairmen from the 7 affected local government areas, Chukun, Birnungwari, Kajuru, Giwa, Igabi, Kachia, and Kagarko, emphasized the need to improve intelligence sharing and gathering efforts.
Unfortunately, we had some setbacks in the last few weeks, and that's the reason why we are gathering here today again to look at other areas that we need to deepen our own engagements.
Governor Obasani acknowledged the vital role of traditional leaders in preserving peace and security, stressing the importance of increased dedication to effectively tackle the prevailing security challenges.
Who are here, we believe security is local, and that's the reason why we believe financial rulers have a very important role to play, particularly in ensuring that they monitor the community and also observe the movements of people that are strangers within the community.
After the closed-door meeting, Kaduna State Police Commissioner Audi Ali informed journalists that 200 special intervention personnel are ready for deployment to Kuriga.
A special intervention squad. I just inspected 200 of them this morning, They are on ground. We are making every effort, logistics support. The state government has promised, and very soon they will move out. And when the IG was here, he promised a unit of mobile to be deployed to Kurega, you remember? Yes, sir. And the unit was there. It has been deployed and they are on ground. And we are happy that we received information that the people of Kurega received them and they are very appreciative of that gesture.
The State Commissioner of Police also revealed that police and military units have been dispatched to Kajuru local government area following a recent attack that led to the abduction of 87 individuals. Bella Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Now away from security, the Labour Party condemned the invasion of its party secretariat by the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress led by Joe Ajaero. The National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, Abayomi Arabambi, called for Ajaero's arrest for treason for allegedly planning a political insurrection against the federal government through conduct likely to cause a breach of peace. Ajaero was accused of inciting students, market women, leaders, thugs and other miscreants to invade 36 states chapter of Labour Party offices, which could lead to a breakdown of law and order. The NLC had directed its members to mobilize workers and lay siege to LP secretariats across the country to protest the party's national convention planned for March 27. The circular, jointly signed by the chairman and secretary of the NLC Political Commission, Titus Amba and Chris Uyot, respectively, also demanded the immediate resignation or sacking of the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, over alleged financial rascality and contempt of the union president, Joe Ajaero. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission has urged media organizations to combat fake news targeted against the commission as off-cycle elections in Edo and Ondo states draw closer. Noel Sampson tells us more.
The chairman of the commission, during the first consultative meeting with media organizations, briefed media houses about the commission's preparations towards the off-cycle elections in Edo and Ondo states. He also charged them to combat fake news.
A very important reality in today's age of information technology is the spread of fake news and misinformation instantly and on a global scale. I urge you to be a bulwark against fake and misleading fake news and misleading narratives about the Commission and its activities.
Responding on behalf of the media organizations, the president of NUJ, Chris Isiguzo, assured the INEC chairman of the media's continued collaboration with the commission in preventing the election that the country deserves. He urged all media houses to continue their fight for good, fair and credible elections.
Having become more like a family in this gathering, we must carry forward the spirit of collaboration and dedication to democratic principles. We must continue to work hand in hand, united in our pursuits of a more just, inclusive, and democratic society.
This is the second off-cycle elections since the February and March 2023 general elections. Polls will open in Edo and Odo State on the 21st September and November 16th later this year. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Nigerians will have to pay more to have their meals cooked as a rise in inflation rate to 31.70% in February has led to an equal increase in price of household kerosene HHK to 1,340 naira per litre. Data from the National Household Kerosene Price Watch for February 2024 by the National Bureau of Statistics obtained on Thursday showed that the price of household kerosene went from 1,329.53 kobo in January to 1,314 naira 94 kobo in February, showing an increase of 0.86%. This is as the inflation rate also rose from 29.90% in January to 31.70% in February. According to the Bureau, average retail price per litre of HHK paid by consumers in February 2024 was 1,314 naira 94 kobo, showing an increase of 0.86% compared to 1,329 naira 53 kobo recorded in January of 2024. On a year-on-year basis, the average retail price per litre of the product rose by 14.23% from 1,173.89 naira in February of 2023. On stilled profile analysis, the highest average price per litre in February 2024 was recorded in Kaduna with 1,866 naira 67 kobo, followed by Benue with 1,769 naira 67 kobo, and Niger with 1,710 naira 89 kobo. On the other hand, the lowest price was recorded in Bayelsa with 971 naira, followed by Rivers with 1,065 naira 67 kobo, and Kwara with 1,017 naira 44 kobo. Now, the Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors and Valuers has officially commissioned its headquarters in Abuja, promising to be a beacon of technological advancement. The institution aims to elevate the recognition of surveyors, their impact, as well as development within Nigeria. Habiba Tajayi tells us more.
The inauguration ceremony was graced by dignitaries including the current governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, the Olu of Iwo Land, branch men, past presidents of the institution, trustees and management committee members. Governor Obaseki commended the institution for its maintaining standards and urged them to confront challenges head-on.
We've begun to notice in Nigeria is that people didn't seem to know the difference between public buildings and private houses, and institutions that are building their structures as they will build their private homes. But when you see work like this, you can tell that it's so well built, so solidly built, and will last time, and that the cost of maintenance will be quite efficient, as you have very straight lines, very flat structures that can be easily maintained. So I'm very proud of what has happened here, and glad that they are setting the standards. So you want to come to where a professional body that is superintending a particular area and see how they themselves are conducting themselves in that area. So I'm very proud and pleased with what I've seen here today.
The president of NIVS, John Bull, commended the collective effort of members in realizing the project, which he says was significant to the institution.
We're engaging all government at all levels. You can hear now from the governor, the first digital state government in Nigeria. So you had him commending the efforts of all our colleagues within the state government in Edo State. So we are doing a lot. We'll keep pushing. We'll keep advocating for digital economy.
Attendees and well-wishers shared their perspective on the project, emphasizing its importance for the institution and the broader community.
I'm so happy and overwhelmed about this program. I'm so happy because I witnessed it from the inception, and I give God all the glory that I'm a part of it today. Glory be to God Almighty.
Housing is where somebody must live in a house, and that's where they're important to humanity. They have something to draw them already, so humanity must come to them to solve their housing problem. And they've been doing it, so we applaud them, actually lifting this country up in that sector.
High point of the event was the presentation of a plaque to Governor Obaseki. The inauguration marks a significant step forward for NIVS, symbolizing its commitment to excellence and innovation in the field of estate surveying and valuation. Habibat Ajayi, Trust TV News, Abuja.
This is a news update on Trust TV. Coming up ahead. Restaurant operators in Gombe decry low patronage due to Ramadan fast. More news when we return. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Now a look at our top stories. Scores killed in suspected herdsman attack in Benue. Labour Party demands Joe Ajaro's arrest over party secretariat protests. More news. The federal government says it will collaborate with the Jigawa state government to spearhead the inclusion of Almajiri's pupils in the homegrown school feeding program. The collaboration is also targeted at reducing the menace of out-of-school children roaming the streets in the state and the region as a whole. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on the Homegrown School Feeding Program, Yetunde Adeniji, disclosed this during a meeting at the Government House in Dutse.
Adeniji emphasized the importance of collaboration with the Jigawa State government to enhance the program's effectiveness and ensure that every Nigerian child, including Almajiris, have access to proper nutrition and education. She also mentioned ongoing dialogue with national and international organizations to help improve and sustain the homegrown feeding program for the betterment of Nigeria's future leaders.
We are here as regards the school feeding program. And you are well aware, sir, that there have been some changes that have been going on through the system in the federal. These resolves have just been to ensure transparency, accountability, and the smoothness of the program. Mr. President is passionate about the homegrown school feeding program, and he's passionate about Nigerian children. He wants each and every Nigerian child to be, given a meal, a nutritious meal a day, at least one nutritious meal a day.
Governor Umar Ramadi expressed gratitude for the support and the recommencement of the program after scrutiny, highlighting its significance in addressing the challenge of out-of-school children, which poses a potential security threat in northern Nigeria.
The school feeding program is very dear to us in Jigawa State. It's a very good initiative, and I want to thank Mr. President, one, for accepting to continue the program. Two, for his own initiative to look at the program, scrutinize it, and make it beneficial to the people. This is a very, very important issue, because every policy you have seen of government, there is need to check it, scrutinize it, and ensure that people derive the benefit for that policy. So I think what Mr. President is doing by suspending the program and then looking at it, and I think it's a very good intention, and I think it's something that is welcome.
The governor reiterated Jigawa State government's commitment to supporting the program and tackling the issue of out-of-school children to ensure a brighter future for all.
During the holy month of Ramadan, restaurant operations usually experience a lull in business due to the Muslim fast. Now, while most of the restaurants close for the whole month, others have adopted some strategies to curb the slowdown. However, some businesses like ice blocks are taking advantage of the season to make brisk business as patronage surge. Hassan Koli tells us more.
Majority of restaurants in Gombe are usually closed during the holy month of Ramadan as patronage drastically reduces due to the fast. While some are closed, others are still run skeletal services during the period. Cynthia Alex is one of the restaurant operators that is still in service. She shares her experience during the Ramadan period. Patronage is very low now because of the fasting. It is hard for us to get half of what we used to get on a daily basis before the fast. So we reduce the quantity of food cooked. As a matter of fact, we only open 4 days in a week. While food businesses are slowing down, the ice block vendors are taking advantage of the holy month to make big profits. As temperatures rise, so does the demand for the ice blocks, especially during this month when Muslims rely on them to keep their food and drinks chill. We are selling ice blocks for between 50 naira to 150 naira each, and patronage has really been encouraging. We usually take advantage of this season every year to sell ice blocks, and it has been worth the while.
Whenever it is Ramadan period, we used to get this ice block because the weather is very hot. So initially when we have our iftar, we normally need this kind of ice block so that we can cool our mind, have a very good iftar and also an enjoyable one.
Health experts, on the other hand, say it is essential to balance the consumption of ice blocks with other nutritious food and beverages when breaking the fast during Ramadan to minimize potential negative impact on health. Hassan Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
In business, Access Holdings PLC has entered into a bidding agreement with Kenyan-based KCB Group PLC for the acquisition of the entire issued share capital of National Bank of Kenya Limited. The deal will see Access Holdings' 100% acquisition of the Kenyan National Bank from KCB, which is also the holding company of the KCB Bank Limited, Kenya's largest commercial bank. In a statement filed on the Nigerian Exchange Limited on Wednesday, Access Holdings Secretary Sunday Kochi said the transaction is in furtherance of the bank's African expansion strategy and will reposition it as a stronger and significant player in the Kenyan market, while serving as a regional hub for East Africa. The parties would be working together in the coming months to fulfill the conditions precedent relating to transaction, which include the regulatory approvals of the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Central Bank of Kenya. Sequel to the completion of the transaction, the target would be combined with Access Bank Kenya PLC to create an enlarged franchise in the pursuit of strategic objective for the Kenyan and East African markets. The bank, whose group CEO, Herbert Wigwe, died in a helicopter crash on February 9, 2024, returned its immediate past group CEO, Agboje, as group chairman in March. Clashes between two communities in eastern Chad have killed at least 42 people, the Public Security Ministry said Thursday, in a desert region of the vast Sahel country often hit by land disputes on the foreign scene. The ministry did not say exactly who was involved in the fighting or how long it went on, but the area regularly sees clashes between sedentary farmers and nomadic birders or other groups over land. It said in a statement that the fighting led to the arrest of 175 people at the scene, where a large part of the village of Tinubu in Wadi province was set on fire by armed men. Public Security Minister General Muhammad Magui told AFP that the situation is under control, but he was trying to reconcile different parties. The minister was at the site of the fighting, heading a delegation of government and army members aimed at shedding full light on the incident. In eastern and southern Chad, where many residents are armed, clashes frequently break out as farmers accuse herders of allowing animals to graze on their land or trample on crops. Still on the international scene, a former Mississippi police officer has been sentenced to 40 years in prison for torturing two black men in a house. 29-year-old Christian Deadman is one of 6 officers convicted over the 24 January 2023 assault. 3 other former officers have been sentenced to a total of more than 54 years in prison for their attack. Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker were beaten, shocked with stun guns, and sexually assaulted by the officers. In a statement read by his lawyer and read in court, Jenkins said Deadman was the most wicked of his assailants. And in sports, Nigeria sensation Tobi Amusan has claimed a 3rd consecutive gold medal in the 100-meter hurdle at the ongoing African Games in front of a roaring crowd in Accra, Ghana. The defending champion, who finished at 12.89 seconds, won her first gold in 2015, 2019 and now 2024 in a magical fashion. Tobi Amusan crossed the finish line ahead of Madagascar's Sidioni and Zimbabwe's Kawangirara. Following her triumphs in Brazzaville 2015, Rabat 2019 and Accra 2023, the world record holder extends her record of being the only athlete to have won it more than twice. A Lagos State High Court sitting in Ikeja on Wednesday convicted and sentenced a man, Dennis Okobia, to 20 years imprisonment for raping a 12-year-old girl for 3 months, which caused urinary incontinence. Justice Ismail Ijelu held that the victim had testified that she went for evangelism, and the process went to check on the convict, who had not been coming to church, so the pastor of her church said they should visit members who have not been coming to church for some time. He said that she testified that because she respected Okubiat as an elder of their church, she went to check on him and then helped him carry out domestic chores. Justice Ijelu also stated that when the victim was cross-examined by defense counsel M.O. Karim, she repeated that the convict said if she told anybody, he would kill her. The judge further said that Ukubia didn't deny the testimony of the victim, nor did he challenge it. He also testified that he had known the victim's family since the time they came into the community. And with that, we've come to the end of the news at this hour. For more news, programs, documentaries, and updates, please do also follow us on all our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo, on behalf of the news production team. Thank you so much.